We are live. Welcome back to the show, guys. Not a financial advisor, not financial advice. Make sure you guys are doing your research, okay? We got some news today, guys. Let's get into it here right away. We're going to dive right in. Let me talk to you. Eleanor Tourette. The Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act was introduced today by Congress. The bill establishes a regulatory framework for digital assets. Here's the full text. I have to go through it. I have to read it. I'm not going to read the entire thing here now with you guys because it'll probably bore you guys to death. So I'll take out the highlights. I've already pulled a couple out and we'll get into them. But first, we're going to talk about some CASPA. CASPA tech is great. Let's be honest. Reason is going to pump to is because it's the new darling coin in the big POW miners like Bitmain, and it'll be pushed hard by them this cycle. Simple as CASPA. Exactly, right? CASPA's new. It's going to be the new kid on the block. It's going to be big. And I mean, at the end of the day, let's be honest. It is, it's a good proof of work, layer one. They didn't have an initial coin offering or anything like that. So, I mean, I think that it's got big things coming, guys. I mean, it is probably one good pump away from reaching new all-time highs, in my opinion. We're just keep bumping right up against it here. It's like 3.5 cents, I think, is the all-time high, and we're just below it. So once we get into price discovery, and you can almost feel it in the air too that we have a good alt pump coming in the next in the upcoming weeks, in my opinion too. So look for CASPA to go into price discovery for sure, in my opinion. We got here, want to do something valuable, come on Discord channel and see how you can help CASPA currency. Help get it listed on Binance. You guys, there's a form you can fill out for a listing application for Binance if you want to try to do something to push CASPA towards Binance. But I think it's coming anyway, to be honest with you. I think a CASPA listing is coming up Binance. Could be any day now. That's just my opinion. And now we're going to get into this Fednow thing because there's a lot of false information going on around it, and XRP and XLM and stuff like that. But so we're going to talk about it real quick here. Here's a perfect example. I'm not going to name the person who tweeted this out, but it says XRP. Oh my God. I really wish I could post pictures right now. My heart is racing and my hands are shaking. I literally have all the information in front of me and I can't share the proof. Not fair. I can confirm that Fednow transaction has occurred. I can also confirm that it was for 1 cent, which means they're testing it. I can also confirm it literally took 1 second for the total elapsed time. I really want to post proof of this, but at the bottom of the application we use, it says copyright, all rights reserved. Y'all remember when I said y'all remember when I said that whatever the Fed does, the banks will do. Confirmed. Now, this is the problem, you guys. There's so many people out there pushing this. Fednow is using XRP and ODL and XLM. Guys, from my understanding, and don't get me wrong, I could be wrong, but from my understanding, Fednow is domestic payments, right? XRP is cross-border payments, right? So XRP would actually add friction to the transactions for Fednow. So you've got all this mixed information. How's it going, William? How you doing, buddy? Glad you could be here, brother. I'm glad to see you. So it would actually add friction to the transactions domestically. So they're not using XRP, and I don't know where that narrative came from. I don't know why it's being pushed so heavily. People are pushing it all like it's fact or something like that, and I mean, it's just not. I mean, have you seen anything on Twitter or any announcements anywhere from the Fed, from Ripple, from, anywhere stating that it's being used, XRP is being used, but by Fednow? It's all just, it's a fake story. It's fairy dust. It's not true, right? And that's okay. It doesn't matter. That's not bad for XRP, right? It's just they're two different things. Domestic payments versus cross-border payments are not the same thing. So we got to clear that up. We just got to clear that up right away. So part of this new bill that's been introduced here, something that really kind of caught my eye and that is kind of alarming to me. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it says right in there that unaccredited investors can spend only 10% of their income on digital assets. What do you guys think about that? Is that too little for you? For me, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's too little depending on what somebody's lifestyle is, but at the same time, I just don't like them telling me what I can and can't do with my money, period, right? 10%, 90%, who cares? It's my money. It's none of your business what I'm spending it on. Pardon me, a drinker. But what do you guys feel about that? Do you think it's BS that they're going to try to tell us that we can only spend, well, you guys, I'm not American, so, but they're going to tell you guys you can only spend 10% of your income on crypto digital, like on digital assets? I don't know. It's the principle of it for me. It's, it's not even the dollar amount. It's just the fact that you're telling me how much I can spend of my own money on something, right? I think it's complete and utter horse crap, because how much are they going to spend, right? So I don't know. Let me know. That's just the first thing that I've kind of pulled out of it so far. It's a lot to go through, so I will piece it out to you guys as we go. And then again, more fake news by Crypto Geek here. Fednow payment system launches with XRP. No, it doesn't. There's no proof of that anywhere. I haven't seen that announcement from Ripple or anybody else. Again, domestic payments versus cross-border payments. It's not the same thing. What else do we have here? Shocking. See, Gary Gensler here, he says, this guy, he just won't stop. Today, again, he says, crypto is full of fraud, scams, and abuse. The guy just doesn't stop. He was talking today about, asking for, I think it was $72 million or something along those lines for to hire like 150 new people, and because he wants to wage this war against crypto and all this harm that it's causing to investors and stuff. But Gary, what has caused more damage to investors? You tell me. Gary Gensler and the SEC over the last couple of years, or FTX? Who hurt more people? Who has hurt more people? Deep right now, in my opinion, I think that there's a constant debate going on right now. In the last bull run, the peak of the bull run, we had about $3 trillion, just a shade under $3 trillion for the total market cap. And then it was anticipated that we're going to have about $10 trillion moving forward into this bull run. Now, that being said, that was before we could anticipate everything that happened in June with the ETF application in Hong Kong and Japan jumping in. The UE, I believe that an ETF got passed in Australia. Or was it yesterday, I think? So when you combine all those things, I think that it's going to increase the chances, increase the amount of the total market cap that we had anticipated. So I think we possibly could be looking at closer to, and this is just a wild guess here, closer to 15 to 20 trillion dollars this time around, if all of these things come to fruition, if the ETFs get approved and all that stuff. There's going to be a lot more money than people had anticipated flowing into the asset class, right? So you're going from guessing $10 trillion to 15 to 20, possibly more, right? I mean, you've got $30 trillion in custody, asset custody, just in the United States alone. Now, that's not saying 30 trillion is going to come in, but a good chunk of that will be, and that's just the United States. So, in a roundabout way of answering your question, I think $1.25 is a lot closer. I like to be conservative for XLM, but at the same time, I could be completely wrong. If more money pours into this asset class than I am anticipating, we could be seeing much higher results, right? So, don't let anybody tell you that they can accurately predict how much money is going to be flowing into this asset class. I think a lot of people are kind of underestimating that, and that's going to make a big difference in all of the utility cryptos out there. And XLM definitely is one of the more popular and more utilized, or will be more utilized, digital assets, in my opinion. So it could be $2. It's entirely possible. We'll not tell you no, but conservatively $1.25 is kind of where I'm thinking with that. We got more CAS news here. Call me crazy, but when I got into CAS, I sold all my quant. One stands for freedom and one stands for CBDC. I just couldn't have both of them in my portfolio. I believe it's called a matter of principle. I disagree with this. This is what I call an emotional investor, right? He's standing on principle with his investments. You can't do that in this game. You have to keep a level head. If you don't want to invest in a project because you feel that they represent CBDCs and that kind of thing, well, then you're just making, CBDCs are coming no matter what you do. So if you emotionally don't invest in something because of the principle behind it, well, then you're just robbing yourself financially, because it's going to happen whether you invest in it or not, right? So you can either get on board with it or not. Quant is going to go crazy whether people like it or not, whether they like CBDCs or not. Quant's going to be big. It just is, right? Um, so you don't want to make your investments, in my opinion, in that way. You don't want to emotionally kind of do that. Um, who cares if they contradict each other? Caspa and Quant, buy them both. I hold both of them. I do. I don't care, right? I'm in this to make money, not to stand on principle. If you want to stand on principle, go stand outside one of your government buildings with a picket sign and see how far that gets you. But just simply not buying Quant because it's related to CBDCs is not really going to do anything, except you're going to lose out on money, in my opinion. Just in, UK rejects pressure to regulate Bitcoin as crypto gambling rather than just financial services, which is fantastic. I told you guys, UK is looking to be a global hub for the asset class, and the US has to get on board, and this bill today really kind of moves them in that direction if it passes. Remember, it's just been introduced, right? That doesn't mean anything. Biden could veto it tomorrow if you want. Well, that's not, tomorrow, but as soon as it hits the desk, the guy could veto it, right? So I'm hoping that he doesn't, but we'll kind of see what happens. It's definitely bullish for the asset class no matter what. What's up, Fax? It's good to see you again, brother. 100%. We're in it to make money, not to be emotional about it. That's what I'm saying, brother. You got it. You and me, we're right there. We're always right there, man. Algorand Foundation. They did their riddle, and it was kind of ticking some people off. People were upset about it, how it's not going to be that big of a deal, blah blah blah. So it's finally decoded. They're saying we're excited to share that Decipher will be coming to. We will be coming to Barcelona in June 2024. The community has chosen Europe as our destination. Thank you all for journeying through the riddles and clues. So I'm going to look more into this. I kind of really want to be a part of it if I can be. June 2024. It's my birthday month. I'd love to be in Barcelona. Super bullish on algo, guys. I keep telling you guys that. I get asked about it all the time on Twitter, on the comments, email. Like, people just keep contacting me, messages asking me about Algorand. What should I do? What should I do? And I keep saying the same thing. Like, guys, there's nothing happened with the blockchain. They weren't hacked, nothing like that. It's just their main DeFi platform, AlgoFi, just kind of, they're pulling out. And I think it's because they were scared of the SEC at the end of the day. They even came out and said that they don't disagree with the blockchain. They like the blockchain, so it's still great. It's fast, it's cheap, so nothing fundamentally has happened with Algorand. So that's why I continue to DCA into it. I don't think it's a stretch to say that another DeFi platform or multiple DeFi platforms will step in to kind of take over that spot for DeFi. So I'm not worried about it at all. I'm not. And the fact that people are angry because the riddle was just a fun little thing. Like, relax. Take that easy. What else do we got here? Treatment of this was in the bill as well. Treatment of a certain digital asset. This is gold right here, you guys. You got to hear this. And this was in the bill that they're trying to pass. A digital asset sold or transferred or intended to be sold or transferred pursuant to an investment contract is not and does not become a security as a result of being sold or otherwise transferred pursuant to that investment contract. So what they're saying is that they're trying to put it in, it's in this bill, if it passes, that Gary can't go after cryptos on the secondary market essentially and label them securities. All he can do is go after initial sales if they do an initial sell to institutional investors, right? Just like they kind of won that little part in the Ripple case, right? So that's this is going to be a huge win for us if this bill passes with this in here. and a big black eye for Gary Gensler, which I would love to see, because screw that guy, right? So anyway, Congress Richie Torres, as he takes another shot at Gary Gensler, says he's intent on sabotaging the crypto industry. I love that Richie Torres has been attacking so aggressively after Gary Gensler because he's a Democrat. That's what makes it that much better, right? I can't help but sit there and think to myself, I wonder what Gary's thinking when he reads these letters. Like yesterday, he had 2 letters sent to him from Congress, one Democrat, one Republican, and he's got another Democrat again coming after him. He's got to be thinking, like, what must this man be thinking? Like, it's got to be just, it's embarrassing. You would think so. And then I've got a breakdown here of the announcement. Algorand France. Algorand is everywhere, all sectors, and all continents. They're talking about their partnership with FIFA again. They're going to be the official blockchain of FIFA. Is that actually happening this time? Does anybody have any updates on that? Because from what I'm reading today, they're talking about it again. I thought somebody told me that was kind of canceled, being the official blockchain of FIFA. That's huge if it's back on. They're participating in Napster. They've got LimeWire building on their blockchain as well. They're so much more bullish than they're getting credit for right now. I think that right now Algorand, in my opinion, is one of the most undervalued projects, because they're even continuing to develop, I think, through the bear market. So I think that when we get into the next bull run, I think that Algo is going to be one of the better cryptos when it comes to ROI. I really do. I hold a big bag of it, to be honest with you guys, and I'm going to continue to scoop it up every time it drops down around 10 cents. I'm going to buy more. For now, I'm kind of DCAing into Cardano. I've kind of switched over from Algorand to Cardano just because it's pumped up a little bit. So if we get another pullback, and I hold twice as much Algorand as I initially had intended to hold, so I don't feel bad about switching over. But every time it gets down like 10 cents, I just can't help myself. I see easily a $5 Algorand in the next bull run. I'll start shaving out around $4, DCA my way back out. Like I tell you guys, 10% at a time, right? Get your price targets there and take your profits. So that's kind of my thoughts on it, you guys, on what's going on again with the Fednow. Don't believe the hype with this whole Fednow is using XRP, because, again, there's nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong, it's not FUD. There's nothing wrong with the fact that XRP is not being used for Fednow. Just remember, you guys, Fednow is domestic payments. XRP is cross-border payments. They're not the same thing. You use cross-border technology for domestic payments. You're actually going to